probably get given a test at the end of every topic while you're learning your A-levels, AP Biology, whatever course it is that you're currently studying. But how long do you actually have in terms of notice between when they tell you you've got this test and when the test is? That's exactly what I asked on Instagram and TikTok, because I give my students 2 weeks, so I assume most people had that. But what I found out was some people have 1 week, some people have 1 day, and some people said they get 1 hour's notice. So let me know how long you get, put it in the comments below, but however long you get, I've got it covered. Watch this video, I'm going to give you a plan for how you can revise if you've got 2 weeks, 1 week, 1 day, or even 1 hour of revision. So let's start with a 2-week plan. This is the longest amount of time that you typically get for an end of topic test, not mocks. You usually get longer for those. So this is what I would give my students on average to hopefully make sure that they cover this sort of plan. So let's take a look. So my 2-week revision plan, in the first week, I recommend spending 60 minutes every other day. So that's about 4 days of work. Day 1, use your A-level notes, or you could use my YouTube videos or my A-level notes to help create a set of flashcards for this topic if you haven't already done that. The second day, which will be every other day, so in 2 days' time, test yourself with those flashcards and create a concept map. And if you're not sure how to create a concept map, then check out the video linked up the top and I go through it just there. Day 3 would be test yourself with the flashcards and create another concept map for a different part of that topic. And then the last day that week, which would be the 4th day of revision, test yourself with the flashcards and complete part of my active recall workbook. Now, if you haven't got a copy of that, then you can head to my website, missestruch.co.uk, and grab yourself a copy of that. It essentially covers the entire specification with lots of short answer questions designed to really improve your long-term memory of the topics. So then let's move to the second week of this 2-week plan. Now, in the second week, I suggest doing 45 minutes every day. So we're on to the 5th day of revision now. Test yourself with flashcards and again, active recall workbook. So same thing as we did at the end of last week. Day 6, test yourself with flashcards, and now we're moving on to exam questions. So basically every day I'm saying flashcards because it's so important to get that knowledge of the key terms and the clarity of answer. But now we need to look at how that's applied in exam questions and what the key marking points are. Day 7, test yourself with flashcards yet again and the active recall workbook. So hopefully by this point you've now completed the workbook for that topic. Day 8, flashcards, more exam questions. Day 9, flashcards and exam questions. Day 10, just focusing on exam questions and really make sure that you are making a note, actually writing this down, of the common marking points you have seen come up in the last few days of exam questions you've been doing. So you do need to be marking it and being really strict with yourself. And then the final day before the exam is definitely going to be more exam practice, more in exam conditions now, timed conditions as well. So plan number 2 is 1 week. And this was the most common answer that I got on TikTok. So if you do get 1 week, let me know and tell me what you do for revision in that 1 week. Let's see how it compares. Now this is going to have to be more condensed than the 2-week plan, but it follows the same ideas. So let's take a look at what my plan would be if you have 1 week of revision time. Okay, so my 1 week revision plan then, I suggest if you've only got 1 week, spend 60 to 90 minutes per day. And this will be every day. 1 day, so day 1, use my A-level notes or your own or my YouTube videos to create the flashcards if you don't already have them and test yourself. Day 2, test yourself with the flashcards and have a go at my active recall workbook and do that again on day 3. Day 4, create a concept map. Day 5, flashcards and exam questions. Day 6 and 7, it's just exam questions. Again, picking out the key marking points. So 1 day. This I'm going to assume is if teachers are only giving you 1 day of revision, they are expecting that you are revising as you go along, because if you're not, there's no way you can revise everything in a day. Or it might be a little quick fire test to see what you can remember, what you can't, quite low stakes. Maybe the data, the grade isn't going to be used for some huge report. But what I'm going to go through is if you do only have 1 day, this is what you can do to maximise that time to try and get the best possible grade. So now if you only have one day, I'm assuming you don't have literally all the hours in the day to do this because you might be at school on that day. So I've said 4 hours, hoping you might be able to fit some in a study period and a bit after school as well. So your first hour, use your notes or mine and the A-level videos I have to create flashcards to test yourself. Second hour, test yourself with the flashcards and you could try some of the questions in the active recall workbook. Hour 3 and 4 is now just exam questions. So 2 hours of exam questions, picking out the key marking points. Okay, now the 1 hour plan. Is this for real? So many of you said you get 1 hour, but I don't even know how that is possible to get 1 hour notice. Is your teacher like going to find you in the previous lesson and saying, hey guys, just by the way, you've got a test in your next lesson in 1 hour? Or is it a message popping up on like whatever program you use for homework? I use Show My Homework at school. I don't know. How is it even possible to get 1 hour notice? Whatever it is, let's go through. If you are told 1 hour before your test, this is what you can do in that 1 hour to try and make the maximum amount of progress. And finally, if you only have 1 hour and you have to try and cram it all in, this is what I would do. 15 minutes, test yourself using flashcards. I'm assuming you've got some made. If you don't, I'd say swap that out for create a concept map or blurting. 15 minutes, again, of blurting the hardest topic. And then 30 minutes, exam questions and note down the common marking points. Now, if you're a bit more confident on the content already, I would say probably get rid of one of those 15-minute slots and do 45 minutes of exam questions instead. Now, if you are watching this, I'm guessing it's because you have a test coming up very soon. So you probably don't have much time to hang around here on YouTube. So I'm going to recommend one final video to watch to really get you started on this revision. And this is what are the top revision resources I recommend to use when you're studying and revising for these tests to help you to get those top grades. So check out this video to start boosting that revision now. But for now, make sure you give this video a like and subscribe so you don't miss out on any of my latest tips and tricks to get you those top grades.